Hello everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from stampyourartout.com, and today we have a special online paper crafting class. It's going to be a little longer than normal because I have so much to share. Um, Welcome everybody. It's Wednesday, August 14th, 2024 at 11 a.m. Central Time as I'm coming to you live. And again, my name is Rachel Tessman. I am from stampyourartout.com. I have a fun class ahead. This one is filled with creativity. Did you notice the title? It had a couple things in there. So we're going to share card candy, and I'll explain that in just a minute. We're also going to share some new products, but I have even more to share, and I hope that I can fit it all in, like brain-wise. I hope I can remember to share it all. So if you are watching the live, chime in and say hello. Tell me about yourself. Tell me where you're from. Just say hello. That's totally fine because I love recognizing names get familiar over time. It's really fun to read all the comments. You guys, it's like a fun little community we have going on here, right? And if you're new, hey, there's my cousin. Hi, Kelly. And if you're new, please let us know so that we can welcome you to our group. I go live pretty much every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Last Wednesday, I did an impromptu, oh my gosh, I'm stressed. I need to get out of the house and go up north and see my parents. I really, really needed a vacation. And it was just a really busy weekend prior to that. And I thought, I got to just get away. So I decided to cancel the live that was on Wednesday last week. But then I attempted a live on Friday from their lake place. My parents live on a lake up in northern Minnesota, and the speed of the internet, or whatever you want to call it, the Wi-Fi was not kicking in, even though the night before when I went live with my team, our team, we did a live and that one worked perfectly. So I thought, oh, no problem. But no, it failed a couple times. So I didn't get to share new products on Friday. They're delayed. You get to see them today. We'll do them at the end, and we'll do prize drawings before. So if you have to go after the usual time, hopefully we will get in the regular stuff on the usual time, then you can stay for the prize drawings, take off, and then the rest of us will look at new products, okay? Anyways, lots to share. Good morning. Oh my gosh, you guys. And good afternoon. Some of you are even saying good evening. This is so fun. I love it. We're all around the world. Okay, so let me tell you, I'm going to share card candy. Talk about what it is. I'm going to show you, I'm reading from a little script here, show you how to make the one that I designed for a make and take for a team event that we had on the 2nd of August. And then I think it was the 2nd. Anyways, it was the first week of August. And then I'm going to show off the swaps of card candy that team members made and show you how I would basically make them into cards if I was keeping them simple. Now you can get way more elaborate, but card candy, the idea of it is to make card making easier. So again, I'll explain that in just a minute. Let's see here. And then new products. I have a new product from the Country Hive to show you that was, I think, debuted a few days ago. And some other kit creations that Teresa Glow, my assistant, made for me. And just lots of goodies, you guys. Oh, and somebody asked me about embossing, the deep embossing. So I'll try to demonstrate that too. Well, let's see what we can kick in. Okay, Trisha Josephs is on YouTube with me moderating. When you are commenting, you're logged into your YouTube or Google account and you're commenting during the live, I cannot actually physically go in and respond to them later on. So Trisha is here to be a voice for answering questions, guiding you in the right direction, that sort of thing. Lisa Marshall is with us on Facebook. So yay! I hope that we're all gonna be able to get our questions answered and say hello to them. Let them know that you appreciate them. What else do I want to share? That's it. We're gonna move on. Okay, let's start with the card candy stuff, okay? Because I know a lot of you might be curious about that. Oops, wrong screen. I didn't want to bring that up on my computer. You might be curious about it. And so let's just talk about what card candy is first before I switch you over to the computer. Card candy is something that was really big back when I became a demonstrator almost 25 years ago. It was something that we would give to hosts, hostesses or whatever at parties, because that was like the norm. Everybody did these in-home parties, right? They're not as popular, but people are still doing them. But anyways, we were always thinking of fun hostess gifts to give. And one of them was called card candy. And basically we'd take and make elements of a card and we'd attach them to like wax paper or something that, maybe not wax paper, but some kind of paper that would not really take the adhesive, right? Kind of like the silicone craft sheet surface. You know, you stick them onto a background, and you could even put them on with temporary adhesive or whatever, but you'd stick them on there, and then you'd put them in a larger cellophane bag with a topper, and it would say card candy across the top, and you'd give that to your hostess at the end of the party saying, thank you so much for hosting a party, here's your card candy. So card candy, again, it is the elements of the card, the main elements of a card. So I decided to bring it back. I thought it would be fun for my team and I to do a card candy and sweets swap event. We did our first one in early August. It was so much fun. I thought we would be outside, but it was really hot, so we had it inside. And basically, I fed them dinner. We brought these card candies to swap, and then they also brought treats, whether it was like a cake or a bar or like hard candy or whatever. They had to bring some kind of sweet to swap out as well. So we did dinner, then we swapped out card candy, and we ate real candy that we brought. Okay, does that make sense? We also did a lot of other things like games and make and takes and stuff like that. But it was a really fun way to get swaps that weren't as much work. Okay, so let me show you the make and take that I did for that party. So this is the card candy that I created, and then they came and they worked on that at one point. We split into small groups, and they got to make, you know, whatever version they could of those little card candy creations. So it's like an element of the card, right? And then you can put it on a card base. So here we have the PDF that you'll be able to download and access on my blog. The blog link is in the description of the YouTube video. I'll transfer that over to Facebook after we're done here, but you'll be able to take that link and click on it at 1 p.m. Central Time, and then you can access this PDF. So you don't have to take a screenshot right now and try to capture it all, but that is basically what you'll be able to grab, and it has the pictures, it has the measurements, the supplies, the date, and the name. All right, so we're gonna take and use those supplies, and I'm gonna bring you to my desktop. My phone got adjusted here. I'm not sure how that happened. I must have hit it. I must have hit it while we were talking. Oh, and now it's funny. You guys don't see this, but it was all out of whack. I hope it's good enough now. Okay, so we're going to go to my desktop. Ta-da! Let's create, okay? All right, so they got a little packet, and in their packet they had a piece of Granny Apple Green, which was 5.5 inches tall by 2 inches wide. They also had a basic white piece of cardstock, 1 7/8, so just under 2 inches by 4.25 inches tall. This little tiny piece of what was it called? Country Woods designer paper, and it was 1 inch tall by 1 7/8 inches wide. About 4 to 5 inches of this iridescent striped trim, and I'm going to zoom in because I think we're a little far away. And then also a pre-die cut and embossed leaf. Now, where did I get those products, the leaf, from? Well, we have this really cool product called Changing Leaves, and you get the dies and the embossing folder together. It's a hybrid kind of combination of products. I've demonstrated these before, but this big die here, this one coordinates with the embossing folder. And basically you take, and you can see I've really got lots of die cutting done with it, because you can see the little remnants of the cardstock in there that I could clean out later on. All right, so this goes up in on this side. See how it fits in that little image there? And then you put your paper in here, you sandwich it, you run it through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you open it up, and you get not only die cut leaves, but embossed leaves. And that's how that works. It comes also, if you want to, you can bundle it with the Changing Leaves stamp set. The Changing Leaves stamp set has coordinating imagery and some sentiments. There are 5 different sentiments. We're going to use the thank you sentiment. Here it is. And then we're also going to use this large leaf, which I've mounted onto the Clear Block E, but it's sort of big, or sort of small. So you may even want to use like the next size up. Probably the largest block would work just fine. So after my team members arrived and they started doing their make and take, they first looked at the leaf that they got. They found the coordinating stamp to match it, and then they went to town. And this is how it goes. So you're going to use your Granny Apple Green ink and your stamp, and you really don't have to ink up the whole thing because we're only going to stamp down on the upper portion. So we're just going to stamp that in the upper right, and I'll just, we'll do it this way. We'll just put a couple up there. So we have a couple leaves up there. And then we take the blender pen and we can use just a little portion of the block. I had a separate block, but I think I put it in the, I think I put it in my drawer already. But there was a block with ink on it. They used the blender pen. Swirled just a little bit of ink from the side just to make sure that their pen wasn't too saturated. And then you can come in. And you can come in without grabbing extra ink. You should be able to take, and especially if it's still wet, you should be able to grab, see, watch this. I'll run this till it's clear. So see, you can also just take the ink that's just been stamped and color with it, but you get a little bit more intense color when you add it this way. And so I'm going to come in with just a little bit more and make it a little bit darker up here on the top, following the direction of the leaf lines here, going downward. And now we have sort of like a gradual dark to light look on our leaves. Run your blender pen till it's clear. Put that off to the side for the next person, or clean it off. I'm just going to set that over there, and hopefully, because I'm going to run out of table space, you guys. So after that's done, then you're going to grab your die cut leaf, and I just took a portion of it because if you recall on this die, you can see here that there's a whole big leaf in there, right? So I used this part right there for it, and we're going to use the dauber, ink it up also in that Granny Apple Green color, pounce a little color off, and then hold it where it's nice and strong and start swirling. And you can just get that gradual dark to light look at the base of these leaves as well. So dark into the light. And that's how you can get a little more texture to it. You can really bring out that embossing, make it look more intense. You can really see it that way. I'll hold it up a little higher so you can see. Isn't that beautiful, you guys? Okay, next, you're going to add this to your green strip, your Granny Apple Green strip. And this is going to go towards the top. The leaves are towards the top. Make sure you have about a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. I am going to close this because we do not need that anymore. And then, oops, I already have that. I was going to cut that to make sure we had it ready. Okay, oh, and then we have to do some stamping with the early espresso ink. Look at that, you guys. My table area moved on me again. Oh, you know what it is? So I went to the lake, right? And my holder for my phone is probably all loosened up now. Great. Okay. Well, there you go. We're going to have to fix that. Please stay. It's going to gradually move, isn't it, you guys? Oh, stay in place. Okay. Anyways, let's keep going. This one goes on next, and I added that with a little pop of dimension underneath the leaves. I didn't do it under all the leaves, but just under this one, as far to that side as possible, and then under that one. And that just gave it a little lift so that the leaves weren't sticking all the way down flat to the surface. Then I kind of angled it, and where's my, here it is, my little wood grain. I angled it so that it would look like it's tucked into the wood grain, like that. So it's sticking off to the right a bit. And then the wood grain goes down. I keep looking up at the camera now, you guys, because it's gonna move on me again. I have a feeling. Or maybe I tightened it. Who knows? You're gonna tuck that on top of the stem, but underneath any leaves that are overhanging. and we'll press that down. We'll take our early espresso ink. We're going to ink up the thank you from that stamp set, and it's clear, so that helps. We're going to stamp it right down there. And next, we are going to add some embellishments. We've got the ribbon, and we've got the, sorry, just trying to stay tidy here. We've got the ribbon, and we've got the extra little embellishments called, and they look like this. They're called the adhesive back textured dots. So you're just going to take and do an overhand knot, but you're going to tighten it loosely. So you're just going to come underneath like this and kind of cinch it, shimmy it, scrunch it, and then you may want to angle it this way so that you get a nice little bubble like that. Now we'll grab our glue dots, and I'm just going to take one of them off of here with the Take Your Pick tool. Put that right where I want the ribbon to sit at the stem, like that. Push, can you see? No, my head is covering it. I'm so sorry. You know what? I'm blaming it on my stand. My stand is moving on me, you guys. This is so sad. Hang on. Let's try to tighten it again. I told my dad too, I said, if I do lives up here more often, I'm going to buy a whole new set of equipment, because once you move it, you can really cause problems to your setup when you get back. Okay, so now we're going to take the other end of the Take Your Pick tool, the little gummy end. We're going to slide it off like this and take a large one. And I think I'm going to put that one up here. Take another large one and stick it down here. And a small one. Like that. And then we'll use our paper snips, and I have a couple of them. One I use for ribbon and one I use for paper. I actually have more than one, but don't tell anyone. All right, so there's that. We'll move that off to the side. We'll throw this away. And there's our finished card candy. So card candy then goes onto a card base, and I'm using Early Espresso for this card base. I've folded back just 1 1/8 inches of cardstock, but you could fold back any amount, really. It could be up to 2 inches. And then I'm going to add it to my card candy. So we're just going to put a little strip of adhesive here on those little spots. Line up this edge with the folded edge of the card candy. Oops. Okay, don't do it yet. Let's do it this way. There, we're gonna line it up this way and connect it and press it down flat. And now we have this fun fold card. And inside I would put like another strip of white in through here. Probably a strip that measures about, and let me tell you what it is, 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. So if you set that in there, oh, my adhesive is not running right. If you put that in here with about 1/8 inch before you get to the score line, you should be able to have it covered. Yes. So there we go. We have a place to write on the inside of the card. And it just took an extra couple pieces of cardstock in order to take that card candy and transition it into a card. Okay? All right. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, let me show you a couple other versions of it. Yeah, it's just a fun name, isn't it? It's a fun name, Card Candy. All right, so here we have that same design. And then we have this one, which has that more, oh gosh, I'm moving again, you guys. Oh my goodness. My stand is not gonna stay. I wonder if I can coax my son, who's in the other room, to play around with this while I'm doing the live, because this will be a waste of time. Oh my goodness sakes. I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't know what to do. Okay, so we have this piece, and then we have this one. So these 3 designs, and these are 2 other versions of the outer 2. So hope those were fun to watch, getting created. I'm going to show you other card candy now, okay? So let's move over to my next pile, My next pile consists of all of this card candy, and I'm going to zoom out because I don't want us to like lose track of where we're at in the screen. And I think what I'm going to do is move this. I'm going to move it out of the way just because it's distracting. It's got some little marks on it, right? Okay, so this is the card candy swaps that I got from my team members. And we're going to start with the first one. This one was made by Amanda Martin. Here is her information that she shared with that particular card candy. Some people did have like supplies listed on the back side or information. Most people did not. So the Cutest Cow stamp set and punch, and then the Country Woods designer paper. We've also got the dragonflies and birds in there, and that wood paper that I had shared with you earlier for my other card that I just made. Other card candy. I'm going to pull something up on my computer here and show you that too, because that will be helpful. Let's go to this one, this one, this one, and this folder. Okay, now I'm going to just open all these up. All and open. And I'm going to bring you to my computer screen because we're going to scroll through a lot of these so that you can see other options. Plus, my desk keeps moving on me. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's go over here. And oops, got to get out of this first. Okay, there. All right, so card candy idea number one is just to take and add it to early espresso cardstock. Ta-da! So just take and mount it on there. And you could do that with dimensionals, which would give it a little lift. You know, I think I'm gonna do it this way because it's gonna be easier to show you and demonstrate with this way. And we'll zoom in. I'm frustrated with my camera, Nick. Please, oh please come and save me. Well, sometime when you're done. Please, oh please. What? Okay, so we have this card base here. And then we just mount that on there with dimensionals. Oh my goodness, I have to do it way up here, like that. All right, the next one is the airplane one. And again, I have to bring it up really high on my desk. All right, this one was made by Becky Ewing. Let me show you her Post-it note, which I folded. Hang on a minute. There we go. And she used the Take to the Sky suite for this to make that fun creation. So what I would do with this one is just add it to a Night of Navy card base, because I think the Night of Navy is a nice dark color. Of course, you would put like a white layer on the inside. So there's an instant card just like that. Oh, I'm so glad that I'm introducing this to a few of you, some of you that haven't heard about this. Okay, the next one was made by, we're going to grab a different color here. Oops, sorry, my hands are dry. Okay, so this one was made by Amy Rudd, and she has lots of information on hers. And she used the Take to the Sky suite. And hers looks like this. Oops, bring it up a little higher so you can see it. There we go. Some embossing in there with copper powder. She's got it embossed on the plane on this layer. Love all the little squares. So that's Take to the Sky. Amy Rudd did that one, and I would put that one onto the Mossy Meadow base because we've got just a little bit of Mossy Meadow in here. And when you have just a tiny little touch of color, it's good to it's good to emphasize that small amount rather than one that has lots of color on there. Like I probably wouldn't put this onto like a navy. Well, you could do it on the navy, but I think when you highlight the color that is less on the card, it kind of brings things together a little bit more. All right, so there's that one. You have options for that one though. Okay, so now I'm building up a pile, you guys, that I shouldn't be building up. Let's put that one here. The next one was done by our Ashley Carlson, who owns the Country Hive. Speaking of the Country Hive, they just released their new glue holder for the Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue, and it's the sunflower. So you'll want to check out thecountryhive.com. So this is her card candy, and we had that one mounted onto, I believe that one was on an early espresso card base as well, like that. And the reason why I chose early espresso is because there's just a hint of dark color within the little stem parts of those flowers. And so that is what I wanted to bring out, was the smallest color, but the darkest, right? So there's that one. That one again. Oh, Wildly Flowering, by the way, was the paper here. And then you guys know that one, hopefully, Layering Leaves stamp set. The next piece of card candy, I'm checking the clock here, we're doing good. This next piece of card candy was by Lori Calise, and this one was using the Painted Lavender stamp set. And she stamped it down and then I believe colored in little parts to make it look like a silhouette. So that was Lori Calise. Love the background that she created with the blending brushes. I would put this one onto a basic black card base. I think that would look stunning. It would just really enhance every color surrounding the silhouette image. So that would be my choice on that one. Let's keep the basic black cardstock out for the next one. The next one was created by Sherry Rosnick, and she used the Citrus Blooms bundle. So we have the dies in here, we have the stamp image, and the dies that match the stamp image. She also got some circles. Oops, let me peel this away. Little circle punches and stuff just to give it a base of the illusion of citrus, right? So oranges and lemons and stuff. So I would just stick that one down onto basic black cardstock as well. I think it really, really brings that image out and pops it. And I think I chose that because this is black outline right in here. She even added some texture in there, you guys. So she embossed it after stamping and coloring. Then she ran it through the embossing machine. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, I think it looks awesome. I think a lot of things look awesome on black. It's just one of those neutrals that really makes things pop. Okay, this is the next piece of card candy. And this one here, using Layering Leaves, the Bow Punch, and then the Unbounded Love designer paper. That one I would just mount on white. I was looking at all the other colors, but I thought, you know what? This one just needs to have that much color only. Like, it's just really pretty amount. You don't want to really put this onto another petunia pop base or even a blue base. It was like I tried the blue base, and I just thought, I don't know, it really looks stunning just on white. Nice and clean. So again, super simple, right? Card candy should make it so that it's easy to just pop onto a card base. Oh, and that one, sorry, that one was done by Nancy McKenzie. Thank you, Nancy. And Nancy came all the way from Waverly, Iowa to come to that event. We had another event this second day too, so it was an excuse to come up and see us. Two different excuses. The next one was made by Kayla Calise, and she used the Round We Go bundle. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry about this. Let's arch that back up. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do about this because it is not staying. Ugh. Don't know what to tell you all. Okay, so here is the next one. This one was done by Kayla Calise. She used the Round We Go bundle, and this paper is from Full of Life. Really pretty paper. In fact, I had a card that I had shown you all a while back. Oh, here it is. And then after demonstrating, or maybe I demonstrated it for something else, I can't remember. Anyways, I demonstrated this, and then I was like, oh, well, that could be part of it, only the opposite way, right? So I totally could have added it, or I could add it even to that if I wanted to, because it works really well with an already pre-made card base. So look through your stash to see what you have. But this one would also look stunning just against that black cardstock again, right? Because nice bright colors. I would off center it like that because this is off, right? So there's another. This next one, and let me scroll on my computer for just a minute. Okay, this next one, now we're getting a little more detailed. So popped up on dimensionals on white, that would be beautiful, right? Or we could take and use an emboss layer instead. So here I have an embossed layer done with the embossing folder called Distressed 3D Embossing Folder. Distressed Tile, sorry, Distressed Tile. And that would look beautiful on there. This one was done by Candace Johnson from the Paper Prairie, and she used Spotlight on Nature. Just the stamp set. We had no dies used on that, but you want to get the dies with it. The dies are incredible. So yeah, I think that would look beautiful on either or, an embossed background or just a white background. The next one was made by Joanne Pollock, and she used the Sketch Butterflies and the Wildly Flowering paper back there. And for this one, again, an embossed background. My eyes were drawn to soft seafoam for some reason. I think it was just because I wanted a lighter version of the greens that were in the paper already. But then I thought, oh, let's do what Joanne did, because she has a blog. You'll want to check her out, Joanne Pollock, and she did it on an embossed white background. So either way, and you could even tilt it. She showed different versions of hers. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. The next one was done by Pat Stewart, and Pat Stewart did this cute little card candy using layering leaves, full of life. And let me show you, I think I would just do like a navy. A navy would really help that to pop pretty, because we have some navy, a slight amount of navy in the circles there on the paper. But then you could really bring out the circles more by introducing this beautiful embossed layer that I did with the Dotted Circles embossing folder. So adding embossed layers under your card candy can spice up your card a bit more. So there's another thought, is just to take and put some circle backgrounds on there. All right, the next one was done by Miss Nancy Keebler. She has a little supply list. Let me open this one up for you so you can read it. Miss Nancy Keebler. There's her information. And then we have the Countryside in designer paper along with the Autumn Leaves dies. And those I thought would be stunning on this color background. This is the boho blue cardstock. She showed how you can tilt it this way and cut an angle here. I've done that before. It's really pretty. Then you expose just a little bit of white on the corner inside of your card. But let's just take a look at this. So I thought my leaf looked best this direction for some reason. So you could go like that. You could have a falling leaf embossing folder coming down in the background. This is leaf fall, sorry, leaf fall. So that could be on this layer here, like that. Gives it just a little bit of texture. Or you go even further. All right, so here we go. You could take and use the boho blue, put it embossed. I think I got smudges on here somehow. Not sure what that is. Put an embossed piece of vellum on there, and then put your card candy on. Sorry for the noise in the background. We've got boys at home. All right, and then you would just open it up like that. And of course, you wouldn't have all this on the back side. It would just be dark, but you could do that for your card. Just have a vellum layer instead. Lots of fun possibilities, right? Okay, let's take a look at this next one. This next one was done by Leilani Kusamoto. And that is her little tag piece with a birthday message on it. Greetings of the seasons tags, and just, that's this piece here, and then just wanted to say dies for that. And I would put that onto a white, just a white background, like this, probably up on dimensionals maybe. And then another thing, instead of embossing folders, you guys, you could bring in some of that beautiful iridescent striped ribbon and stick that up there at the top for a little accenting. So there's how you could finish off that one. And again, our camera is falling again. We're gonna have to fix that. Oh my goodness. I cannot tighten that anymore from this direction. All right, we're just gonna have to keep adjusting the camera stand the whole time. Okay, so there's that. Again, that was Leilani Kusamoto, who also created a second one. And this one wasn't fully put together, so I worked on it. I added the little flowers up on top to finish off the base flowers and added some pearls. She had all of these pieces cut, she just didn't have the second flower on top, and this hadn't been attached yet. She used the Thoughtful Moments dies, which is this piece here, I believe. No, I don't know. It's this piece here, I think. And then Flowers of Beauty dies. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm not sure which ones are which. But the Thoughtful Moments, the Flowers of Beauty, and the Greetings of the Season. Okay? So I thought that would be fun to make this look as if it's a flower pot. And I just took and added that to a white card base. And then to cover up that dot, again, you could do, just a bit of ribbon. So that could be your finished card, just because. And I'm sorry the camera keeps moving. There we go. Pretty, right? So it looks like a pot of flowers. So that is that card candy. I have a few more to share with you. So this next one came from Rose Carey. And Rose Carey not only gave us a pocket full of pieces, but she had some note cards and envelopes. She had all of these pieces ready to put together. So I'm just going to pull these out. This one could easily, this one was put together. So this is what I think of as her card candy. This one could easily be popped onto her card like that and be ready to go. I could see also taking these guys and putting them onto, say, Mossy Meadow. So this layer could be put against the pink so that the pink dots show through. Then you could put this punch here. It's just kind of off-centered a bit like that. And then these guys, oops, they stuck down. They stuck down. She had them stuck on another piece of paper, but I took them off. Those could be put there. And then this little guy could be put up here. And then these flowers could really be, accents anywhere. They could go onto this little pocket piece, like she just gave us so much to work with. So lots of fun creativity from Rose Carey. Thank you for that, Rose. And she used, by the way, let's see if I have that information. She used the Flowering Zinnias designer paper and the Sentimental Park dies. Sorry my writing is so sloppy. If you guys have been peeking at my notes, I wrote really fast last night. This cute little piece here, done with the country, hang on. You guys know the name of it, right? Country something. Country Woods? Country Woods. The Country Woods Suite. And, oh, right there, Country Woods Suite. This one was done by Cheryl Lee. Super cute little birdhouse. I could see this just being added to a piece like that. Isn't that darling? You could also, though, look at your stash of leftovers that you've had from other cards that you never put together. And I did have a card base that I never put together. It's got these fun little arrows on the side. Oops, it opens like this. And it could be added to something like that, so it's more of a focal point on a fun fold card. And then I thought, well, gosh, let's bring in some designer papers, the Country Woods designer paper. So I'm going to grab that really quick. So I have a few of those pieces. This could look like that with the same designer paper but turned in the other direction on the sides. And then like the flip side of that is dark, so that could be put here. And that would really show off the birdhouse better if it's against a dark background. So you could do that. You could also pull these off and put in this color, which is basically the bird's body, right? And I think I kind of like that one better. I think it's not as distracting. I don't know. But I'm so excited for all the cards that I'll be able to create. So there's some thoughts on Cheryl Lee's card candy swap. I'm going to keep this piece here though, because we have another piece of card candy that I think would be great on that card base too. So when you have a smaller piece of card candy, you could put it on like a note card or even a gift tag or something. But this one would also be fun on this paper. You could take and also grab the coordinating paper for card candy. So let's say I didn't cut this yet. So these pieces, if they were all together as one large piece, it could be put against a card like that with just a designer paper in the background that coordinates. But I did cut it because I wanted to make sure it would fit into these panels. And there we have another, oops, again, has to be up higher, another lovely little card. Isn't this fun? Oh, this one was made by Trisha Joseph. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Yay, Trisha! Trisha is our moderator on YouTube. Everybody clap for Trisha. Didn't she do a great job? Another option for that is to take that same base and to use different papers. So this paper was in that suite also. So she used the, sorry, I forgot to tell you, it's the Lily Pond Lane suite and the Charming Duck Pond bundle. So there we go. That's within that suite, the Charming Duck Pond bundle. So you could do a card that looks like that. And of course, these layers would be straighter. But you got the idea, right? Really pretty. Okay, what's next? I have a few more. Did I say a few more already? Well, I have a few more again. Okay, the next one. Oh, and I forgot to mention the folder that I used with Joanne Pollock. Sorry. Remember when I shared the soft seafoam background? That one was the So Swirly embossing folder. All right. So this next one is a peek at upcoming new products. This is called the Nests of Winter suite that you can get these products in. There's stamps, there's paper, there's dies, there's embellishments, all kinds of fun. There's an embossing folder. I'll be showing that to you soon. But this one would be great. And again, I'm going to scroll through my computer here. Remember when I pulled out this emboss layer? This is Summer Splash, and I think it would look lovely against that with a white layer on the edging. Pop this up with dimensionals. I think that would look really, really pretty. So again, the embossed layers are a great addition to card candy. And then let's just bring in that other white embossed layer that we had before. So, oh, that one was done by Teresa Glow. Sorry, Teresa, I forgot to give you credit for your beautiful creation. And then this next piece of card candy is using the same suite. This one was done by Marcine Ingram. She's got some gorgeous little accents on there in the ribbon. It looks like the bird is within a wreath. So you could put that against that paper. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to move this again, see if we can adjust it. I might have to buy a new stand because it is not staying still. Okay, but I really wanted that to stand out a little bit more. So then I grabbed some dark red Cherry Cobbler, is what it's called, Cherry Cobbler cardstock, just to add a little layer behind it to darken the edges. And you could add this to, you know, just a white base that way then, if you don't have anything to emboss with. Or again, it could go onto that embossed layer like that. So this one was Marcine Ingram, this one was Teresa Glow, both using the Nests of Winter suite, a new suite that is debuting. We had a special guest at our Card Candy and Sweet Swap. She also attended the activity after that, the day after, which is a huge event attended by lots of demonstrators in our area. So Shannon West, who is a demonstrator development manager from Stampin' Up, came to my house to play with us and hang out with us, and it was so much fun. She used some product that's also debuting in the September through December mini catalog, and this is the Humble Home bundles. So Shannon West created this and gave one to everybody. So I could see this one just being added to, say, I don't know, and this color isn't even in here, but a dark, dark, dark pink, like Blackberry Bliss, would really show off that really well. So thank you to Shannon for coming and for the gift. She wasn't even in the swap. We did give her some swaps as gifts though. And then we had name tags. We all got to create our own little name tag at the event. I put out the pieces from the Frames and Flowers kit. It's not really a kit, it's like a paper pack that has punchable pieces. And then all of these were printed, and so they had embellishments and these pieces, and they could take and create their own little name tag to wear. And I took and just mounted that onto black just to make it pop. You could do it with the early espresso because of the browns in here too. And then I stamped with Tuxedo Black ink, and I thought that would be good just to put across the name area. And now I've turned my name tag into a card, just like that. So take your scraps, they're leftovers that are in your room, things that you guys have been creating with, but maybe they're just partials, right? Maybe they're not, maybe they're not full pieces of, or full cards or whatever, but you know, you had things going with them and you just didn't quite finish them. Start looking at them as card candy, and how can you build them up to make them more than what they are. Okay, I'm going to clean up that little mess there. Oh, and I did want to mention too that another thing that helps card candy is using embellishments. So if you feel like you need to fill up some space around an area, you can always, you know, add some sparkles or whatever. These are the iridescent basic pearl jewels. All right, we have one more thing to share, and then I'm going to do some prize drawings, okay? So at this event, and now I'm going to actually bring you to my computer because it didn't work to bring you to my computer for the other thing. This though, I don't have any samples in front of me, so we're going to just bring it up here. That's not it. Here it is. Okay. Alrighty. So, is this going to work? Maybe it's not. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that when you go to the blog post today, you are going to see even more than just the photos of the card candy. You're not going to see the finished samples that I just shared with you, because that would have been like hundreds of photos. But what I did have for you is the card candies themselves in that blog post. But that brought me to sharing this box with you. So Teresa Glow, who is my assistant and a demonstrator in my group, she came with a finished box of cards for me to use for customer thank yous. She helps me out with my customer thank yous when I'm running low on card samples or swaps or whatever. So we have some alternates done with a kit in here, and that's what you're also going to see on my blog post today at 1:00 p.m. Central Time. When you get there, you're going to see all the people that came to the card candy event with something that they created from one of the Kits Collection kits. So make sure that you check that out. It's going to be really fun to see those photos. So let me show you what I have in here from Miss Teresa. So she took and made alternates for me to use. And again, I don't have like measurements or directions or anything for all of these extra little goodies, just for the one that I shared with you at the beginning. But these are to inspire creativity. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness sakes. She just really has an eye. Gorgeous creations, Teresa. I'm loving them. So you're going to see even more kit creations when you go to that blog post. It is filled with photos, you guys. You'll not want to miss out. Really pretty stuff, right? Okay, so that came from the kit. Garden, something garden, right? Let me look. Maybe it's on the box. It is not on the box. Okay, well, I don't know the name of it because there's just too much to share, but it's a really pretty kit that you'll want to check out in the online store. All right, we're putting that over there. Everything on this side of the room I have yet to share. Let's take out the prizes that we had from last time. I saw some hearts come up. I normally don't see those. I'm not on my computer at the right time. Thank you for the hearts. We had from our video 2 Wednesdays ago, because again, I wasn't live last Wednesday, but 2 Wednesdays ago, we did a live. And in fact, I think it was on that kit. It was on that kit. And I can't think of the name of it, crazy me. But the prizes for that were, and if I can find them, hang on. They are in my little cupboard down here. The chamois and a clear block or a couple small clear blocks of some sort. So this was the prize for the people who won last week during the live. We have a couple after live winners that I'm going to announce right now and show you on my computer so you can see who they are. They will also get prizes similar to that if they reach out to me, if they live in the US and I can mail it to them, and if that's what they choose, because you can also choose a tutorial to get emailed to you, and if you live outside the US, that could be your prize. So let me go over to my computer now and I'll show you the winner that we had off of the Facebook commenters. Yay! Congratulations to Debbie Renfro Standifer. I hope I said it right. Thank you for chiming in to say hello, and you are the winner for the After Live comments. And then we also had on YouTube, and let me bring up my email to cover up all those ads going across the screen. We also had on YouTube Lynette Mallow, and then VRH6514. So congratulations to both of our winners. Again, you need to reach out to me at stampyourartout@comcast.net. Now we're going to take it back to Trisha because Trisha is going to call out some winners. But before we do, let me tell you what the prize is. So for those of you that commented during the live, you're going to be able to get, if you live in the US, right? A little set of embellishments. Could be those pearls that I just talked about. Or it could be this set of rhinestones, which is now retired, but really pretty. And you can't see them because of the glare. So I have to bring you to my desk. Okay, there we go. So, and my phone keeps changing. All right, so there's the prize choice along with a Wink of Stella pen. So reach out to me at stampyourartout@comcast.net if your name is one of the ones called as a winner. And I'm just going to do a quick scroll and see if she has called out the names. I don't see anything yet, so I'm going to try to grab it. I'm going to try to grab it, Trisha, as you post it. Let's see if that works. Next, after this, I'm going to show you a quick little sample of embossing. Yay, Rhonda Kelly and Sharon Groves, congratulations to you. You are the live winners. You're the ones who get to pick out either the pearls in the Wink of Stella or the rhinestones in the Wink of Stella. Again, if you live outside the US, you can choose a tutorial to have as your gift. Congratulations to the winners. Yes, thanks, Melody. Okay, and then we're gonna let anybody go who has to go right now because it's already 11:54, but I'm going to talk about this quick and then we're going to do some product shares, okay? Some new products. So you see this card, this was shown on my blog about a week and a half ago, and it's bringing another thing old back. I got inspired by something I found in this year's annual catalog. The annual catalog is a lot different than former annual catalogs. In fact, it has a lot of gems in it that previous annual catalogs did not have. Card sketches, for one thing. We have all those little card sketches down here on page 22. It's laid out so that it's more user-friendly for beginning crafters. But then also in the back area here are some like techniques and inspiring, kind of starts in this area here. Inspiring little things to get you going into creating, right? Backgrounds, and we have, let's see here, let's go a little further. Backgrounds, and we have invitations. Here, this is kind of where it starts. Metallic magic, how to get like metal looks into it. And then you really dive into it more when you get into, say, page 118. Talks about watercoloring techniques, talks about movable cards, talks about shaker cards, talks about masking, different ways to mask, talks about texture, embossing, different ways to get embossing and blending and all of that. And then this color theory. I mean, I could keep going. There's a lot of fun little things in this catalog. The one on page 126 really stood out to me though, because this is a technique that we used to do years ago when I first started paper crafting, and embossing, heat embossing is so much fun. This is like, I don't know if I called it like deep thermal embossing or whatever, but we used to have embossing powders that were thicker, and so you would get these layers pretty quickly where you could press your stamp into a warm pool of embossing powder. So the trick is to make sure you stamp before it cools off. So let's bring in the Sketched Butterflies stamp set, some grid paper for scrap. I've got a stamp that's already mounted. This is the rubber type of stamp. Now, if you're using photopolymer, which is a more porous type of stamp, then I would say maybe ink it up into like Versamark ink first, just to make sure that you're protecting the stamp itself and it doesn't stick into the embossing powder when you're pressing it. But I've found that the red rubber doesn't have that issue. So Versamark ink, you could prime it basically and then do this technique. I'm using the Versamark ink though to at least get started on adding our embossing powder. I've got a piece of white cardstock here that's thick, that is 1 1/4 inches high by 4 1/4 inches wide. And then I just kind of sectioned off this little area here so I know that this is where I can hold it, so that I'd have a place to hang on to. And we're just going to ink this up with Versamark ink, get it all sloppy, full of sticky clear ink. Then I'm going to use our Metallics Wow embossing powder. I'm going to cover this up because this will grab embossing powder for sure. We're going to take and slide that. Let's see if we can use some of the stuff that's in the tray already. And you're just going to cover your paper with that powder. The Versamark ink should take on the powder. It should grab onto it because it's a sticky, clear ink. Hey, that worked pretty well. But I've also got this container here, and so I can keep on pouring where I need it. Let's see here, I'm just going to hold it and tap it on the side here to get any loose powders. We'll move this off to the side. We'll move our powder off to the side. We're going to bring in this, which is just a piece of cardstock, or card chipboard, I should say, that has been coated with aluminum foil. Don't ask me why I have that, I don't remember. But we're going to take and press it against here, use the embossing additions toolkit to hold it in place on our foiled background. And then we'll grab our heat tool and we'll just heat this up. And you can see that I don't have it completely covered really well. There's some areas that have gappage, and that's okay. Someone asked if I could demonstrate this, and I want to make sure you all know how to do it because I thought it was pretty simply stated in my blog post, but I guess it wasn't. It was kind of confusing. Oh, there we go. Now you can see it. The aluminum foil helps to reflect a little bit of the heat. It's not like perfect or anything, but it bounces it back on the underside of the paper. If you've ever done heat embossing before, you know that you can take and hold the heat tool underneath your cardstock, and you can get your powder to melt that way too. In fact, when I'm doing it without my foil background, I typically just hold it up in the air and I heat from the bottom, heat from the top, heat from the bottom. That's how I do it typically, but I wanted this to kind of speed up the process. So now we have one layer of embossing powder on there. I'm going to take and use the Versamark ink again. Make sure I have no loose powder on here though, because we don't want our ink pad to pick up any of that. Clean our surface and we'll ink it again. So we're pouncing that ink down onto the top covering our ink pad back up. It's nice and sticky. You can see all the ink on there. Then we'll take this powder tray, we'll pour it on, tap off the excess. How is my camera doing, you guys? Is it staying in place? We'll pour it on this way. Okay, lots of powder on that. You can see it looks like it's already getting thicker, right? Let's increase. I'm just going to hold it down like that. So we're building up those layers. We're going to do one more layer on top of this. Oops, we need to hold it. It's moving away from us. Okay. You know what? I already have one done. I'm going to set this aside. I already have one done, heated through with a second layer. So let's do our third layer. This is our second layer already done. We want to do a third layer. Versamark. Ink it up. Put the powder on. And you're probably going, well, gosh, how do you get the powder back in? This is a really cool, unique tray. It's the Embossing Editions Toolkit, and it comes with a little opening on the side. You might be able to see it. You just take and open that little thing on the side here and funnel it back in with the brush that it comes with. So I will do that after the live is done. We'll do our cleanup later. All right. Here it is, you guys. This is it. We'll see if I can do it. I should probably zoom in a bit. There it goes. See, that foil really helps. You can really see it start to melt on there, and it almost gets kind of like gooey and liquidy looking, because there's so much embossing powder layered on top of itself. It gets very smooth. It doesn't have any grain look to it at all. It's just really, really pretty. Okay, so I'm getting my stamp ready. I'm taking this and turning it off quickly and press. And I didn't do it exactly the best, but you get the idea, and that's how you get that embossed look. And the way that I got multiple embossed butterflies on there is I would heat a portion of it. I would aim the heat gun in one direction and one direction the other way. So I start off with like a middle one, and then I would liquefy that powder again, just reheat it and stamp again. So I hope that that was fun. I hope that I gave you guys some new ideas there. This is now cool. It doesn't take too long to cool off. So that is the metallics. Wow. Okay, let's take and scoot this stuff off onto another table. Hang on. I don't want this to get messed up. Okay, and then, oh gosh, I forgot to cap it. Where is it? Hold on, I know it's here somewhere. I put my, oh, it's up there. Okay. Alrighty, you guys ready for new products? Or are you getting sick of me? You know what you can do? If you're getting sick of me, you can always turn this off and come back later. But I have more to share. So we are going to dive into new products from the upcoming catalog. Ta-da! This is the new mini catalog that will debut September 4th. So if you are new to Stampin' Up! Products, we have 3 new publications a year. One releases in May. It's the annual catalog, and it lasts through a whole year. Then we have 2 seasonal catalogs. So we have the September through December one, and then we have a January through April one. And so we haven't had a mini catalog in a few months. We're excited to have some new goodies. I cannot open it up for you because not until September 4th can we show the inside pages. But I can show you the products that I got. And you can see, like, if other demonstrators had new products, you can do a Google search and search for all those goodies. You can also search for products made with September through December 2024 mini catalog products. Let me start with, actually we'll start with this. We'll start with the Humble Home. Humble Home is that bundle that I talked about that Shannon West used, the special guest that we had at our event, and she made that cute little card candy with the pink house and the wild wheat ribbon and all of that. So here we have Humble Home, makes cute little houses. It has a coordinating punch. I cannot tell you how many things I've already thought of that you can do with this punch. I mean, hello, there's an arrow, right? You have lots of options on here. Cute little heart can be used. I mean, you always need little hearts for things, right? So check out all the fun goodies in the Humble Home bundle. And this is a photopolymer, so it's totally clear. You can see where you're stamping when you stamp with it. We're going to set that. Where are we going to set things, Rachel? I don't know. Your desk is a mess. Okay, we're going to set that right here. We're going to pile up to the right. The next thing that I want to show you is a suite that some of you may already have been seeing. Sorry, I have a hair right on my lip. Okay, some of you may have been seeing online already. It's called the Winterly Treetops suite. And the reason why you may have been seeing this already is because it was something that a lot of us demonstrators could order early if we attended an event in July put on by Stampin' Up. I did not order it, and it's because my July was a frenzy. It was very busy, and I thought, I'm not even going to have time to create with it yet. Winterly Treetops is part of a suite. So this is the bundle. We have a cling mount stamp set. Cling mount stamp sets, the advantage to the red rubber versus the clear is that you get a more detailed image. So if you're going to have, say, distinctive images, or you're going to have something with a lot of fine lines in it, this is the type of rubber that you'd want to have in your stamp. Otherwise, the photopolymer is a little softer and it doesn't give quite the right definition. Lots of dies to coordinate with it. I have it in one of my sleeves from Stampin' Storage and my magnet sheets from Stampin' Storage. Thank you. We have dies that coordinate with images. Here's another one. And here's one more. They die cut the images in the stamp set, so like a frame type of die. We have sentiments. So that stamp set has 3 sentiments plus 4 images, and then you have all these detailed dies. If you get the bundle, you save 10%. Just keep that in mind. Anytime you get a current bundle, you can save that 10%. So this is a fun type of frame. We have extra little wisps of greenery there, and then we have some branches. We have like a pussy willow type of branch and like a stick type of branch here. So that is Winterly Treetops, and the suite is called, and it's always the name of the paper, Nests of Winter. The Nests of Winter designer paper that comes in this suite is really, really gorgeous, you guys. How many of you have this? Some of you do, because we have a mix. We have demonstrators and we have non-demonstrators who watch the live. So chime in if you have this already. Or maybe if you're a demonstrator and you just ordered it and got it, like Kathy. Yay, Kathy. All right, so we have beautiful birds, and some of them I believe, I can't remember because I was not able to pay attention, but some of them I believe you can die cut. Maybe not this sheet. Maybe if I turned it this way, I'd be able to see better too. Okay, that one does not die cut from there. Does this one? No, it's like opposite. That's okay. How about this birdie? How about that one? Trying to find it, but I don't see it on this sheet. So this sheet, I guess, does not get die cut with those dies, but still, same size, really pretty. Here's the back side of it. It looks like white snow coming down against a blue background. It's in your cart, Yvonne? Yay! I had a lot on my wish list too, you guys. Yes. Here we have slightly smaller, tinier birds on a more like a, what color is that again? Basic beige maybe? Basic beige background? Or is that, maybe it's gray granite? I don't know. But lots of pretty birds you could fussy cut, or you could use them just as a background image design, right? And the back side of that is this beautiful garden green color with white stripes on it. Here's the page. here it is, you guys. That's a perfect match. So you can die cut from this whole entire sheet all of those little birdies. So just in case you didn't get the stamp set, you can do stuff with the dies and the paper. The back side of that, though, is really pretty, so you'll want to make sure that you save your scraps so you can use those for little accent edges underneath sentiment strips. Oh, and I love this one. This one is tall, like birch trees, gorgeous, with tiny little birds here and there. So pretty. And that's the back side of that. You can see little miniature birds sitting on the tops of those little, I don't know if you'd call them stems or what. They're some type of flower, right? I don't know. But they're little tiny birds. So I think a challenge should be to count the birds, right? That would keep your kids busy. Phone time is fun time. What can you do while mama's on the phone? Here, count the birds on this sheet. This paper is beautiful. You can cut it in half this way, and then you can cut it into thirds, and you have 4 instant card layers, background layers for your cards. Just put a sentiment on and you have an instant card, right? And on the back side, we have some beautiful, it looks almost like dandelion, like seed pods that are floating, right? Maybe it's from the Pussy Willows or something. Is that what these are called? I'm not a plant person. I just love looking at them. And then here we have a background that is very similar to the embossing folder. So this is the embossing folder. And when you emboss it, you get a look that is very similar to this paper. Like the bark of a tree. Gorgeous. That embossing folder comes in the suite too. And it is called, oh, it's a birchwood tree. Yay. All right, and then we also have 2 other things that come in that suite. The twine, we have twine in 3 different colors. It is called the Natural Tones Linen Thread. And then we have the Earth Tones Shimmer Gems. And I believe there are 4 colors in that. Let me open that up to see what we've got here. I don't want to lose don't want to lose my organization, or it's going to be a real mess when I'm done. So let's pull that out from the side. I think there are 4. Yep, we have 4. So we have a vanilla color. So I'm guessing that's basic beige. And we could look at the back side of the paper to make guesses, or we could look in the catalog, but I don't have time to do that. So I'm going to guess that the orangish color is the copper clay. And then this green is garden green. All right, tell me if I'm right, those of you that have the catalogs in hand. I hope I picked out the right color names for all of them. For the twine, garden green, copper clay, and night of navy. All right, next we have, I'm going to show you some individual products first, and then we'll move into some other things, and then we'll end with a few more suites. So individual products, things that I didn't get full amounts on. This comes in a bundle with the most gorgeous dies. I thought I was ordering the bundle, and in my haste at 2 in the morning, I did not. So I ordered just the stamp set, but the dies are coming soon, and you're gonna just love the dies. You're gonna drool over the dies. They're so pretty. They're little labels, and they have these little angled cut pieces going through them so that they just look stunning. So you can kind of get the idea of how they might look just with these images here. They have like a swirly little effect going on them. So really pretty sentiments for Christmas, which can be then stamped onto paper and die cut with the label dies, and you'll get this awesome look. Photopolymer, which means they're totally clear. Here's an embossing folder that I fell in love with right away. It's trees. And this is what it looks like when you emboss them onto white cardstock. Just gorgeous snow-covered trees. That one's called Painted Trees. This and this are part of a suite that I did not purchase. I didn't purchase the whole suite because I already purchased 4 other suites. This is the Cherry Cobbler and gold satin ribbon. Really pretty. I'm gonna pull that out or it's gonna press weird. And then I've got the Fallen Snow stamp set. There's an embossing folder that's very similar to this, but here we have a stamp. So the Fallen Snow stamp set. Lots of pretty snow coming down Or you could think of it as champagne bubbles coming up that are popping. Fireworks, maybe. They could be fireworks. There's some shimmery, glimmery paper. This is called our festive glimmer paper. You get 6 sheets, 2 of 3 different colors. So we have, and I don't know if they're written on the back side, but I believe, oh yeah, they are. We have cherry cobbler, garden green, and granny apple green. Lots of shimmer for your holiday projects. All right, next. A couple more that are like singles and bundles and stuff. So this ribbon also comes in a really fun suite. I think it was called Sentimental Christmas, I think. Copper clay, vanilla, crumb cake, and garden crumb cake. And I thought it was basic beige. Thank you. And then we've got the satin and sheer ribbon, which is in shaded spruce. Remember we had this in white. Really pretty ribbon that I miss in white because I like to be able to color it with blends markers and make it any color I want. But you do have a nice full roll of ribbon that you don't have to color and ruin the tip of your blends marker on to get it to be green. Really pretty ribbon. We also have this fun embellishment, and this is little miniature snowflakes. They're called white loose snowflakes. And when you open them up, you can see that they are tiny. Oh my goodness, so super tiny. They feel like the embellishments that were like they were tiny little yellow flowers. They have that same feel to them. I don't even know if this comes in like 2 different sizes or more, but there you kind of can see what they look like close up. So fun for shakers or fun for just gluing on individually to give little snowflake accents to your projects. Those were also in a suite that I didn't get. Okay, now we have some bundles. These bundles are outside of suites, but really fun. This one is a Million Achiever bundle. Joe Golden did this one, and I think it's a take on the bundle that we used to have with the, gosh, there was chocolate in it and coffee, right? So that one, I think that's why it was designed this way, was to, the nothing's better than, right? Do you remember that? So nothing's better than, and then you've got the hot apple, latte, coffee, pumpkin, spice. There's all kinds of fun words to play around with in here, images to die cut, just really fun stuff. So Connie Stewart, you influenced Joe Golden on this. I think, I'm guessing that's what happened. We just wanted to continue on because that was such a fun set that you had designed. Frozen edges. Oh, and by the way, this is photopolymer, so when you're matching up your words together, it's easy to layer them close to each other when you're connecting phrases, right? So the cling stamp set is this one here because we have lots of detail. You can see the tiny little detail that's within those icicles there, and even in the tiny little frill snowflake designs and the thin lettering on the words. And those go with these dies. You know what, I did die cut. I want to show you this. I cut out the Nothing's Better Than just to show you how tiny and frail that can look. But it connects all together. Really cool, right? Okay, let's stick that back in there. Move on, Rachel, move on. You have so much to show. So this is one of the dies, and you can pull this part away. I didn't yet because I wanted to do that for you while I showed you this. So you can pull this under layer away, but it doesn't quite separate from the top and sides. Instead, you have just like little pieces and parts that kind of pop up and off, and you can take and bring them up higher to give more texture and lift, and just kind of, go like that. So you have things going on your card that are very detailed and intricate and fun to look at. So this is a fun little snowflake border die. And then the icicle one I did not do. So, oh yes, I did. Here it is. The icicle one is more precise, and here's the thing. You could take and use both sides. So if you cut a strip a skinny strip, you have 2 sets of icicles. All right, there is that one. The next bundle. The next bundle is the one-of-a-kind bundle, and it has thicker looking snowflakes in it, thicker looking words, but again, it's snow. I'm a sucker for snow images. I love snow. And with that, you get 2 dies, just a tiny little collection of 2 dies. So one cuts like this and one cuts like that, and then when you layer them, you can pop this up with the dimensional, and you can have like the little background on it. It's really pretty. I noticed that my camera hasn't moved for a while. I may have tricked it into staying still. You didn't know that 3 layers of embossing powder was even possible, Eleanor? Oh, that's so cool. I'm glad that you learned something. Okay, let's move on to this suite. We'll do this one next. I haven't even checked to see if Trisha and Lisa are still with us. I told them they could leave early if they had to. We're going on 20 minutes over my maximum that I've ever, well, typically ever done. Regal Flora dies, and the name of the suite is called Regal Winter. So we'll look at the papers in just a minute, but here we have the stamp set, which is a cling, so it's the red rubber, and we have the dies. And you can see again, this is the reason. We've got distinctive images. So images where we have darks and lights, like a shading effect, depending on how close those little tiny pieces of rubber are to each other, okay? So you get a more dense look when the rubber dots are really close and a further look when they're far away, right? Or a lighter look. So it creates that shaded effect, and you can only do that really with the red rubber. So lots of fun sentiments in here. We've got the frame type dies that go with the 5 images here. I don't even know what this is because I haven't taken a peek at it yet, but I did die cut the frame, while at the same time thinking it was a double frame. I thought it was going to come out just like that with like 2 different frame pieces like this, but this one stays intact with the insides, so I kind of messed up when I was die cutting. But there is what you get from that die here. It creates 2 different layers. All right, and then we have the designer paper that I just teased you with, so let's take a peek at that next. The designer paper is dark backgrounds, so the colors of the flowers really pop out, right? And let's just take a look at the colors that they say are in here. We have Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Cherry Cobbler, Night of Navy, Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce, and Wild Wheat. And of course, different shades of all of them within. So you have 2 sheets of each, just like all of our 12 by 12 packs. We get 12 sheets, 6 double-sided designs, 2 of each, okay? Ooh, that's so pretty. It makes me just want to dive into it and snuggle up next to, like, I don't know, the warmth of a fire or something. It just looks like a velvet blanket to me. Really pretty designs. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Oh my gosh. It almost looks like the sun prints type stuff overlapping each other, because you have these dark ones within here. On the back side is a gorgeous little subtle plaid in that peacock color. I don't know if these colors are coming through, but gorgeous papers. I agree with you, Claudia. Tina goes, I'm still here. I got coffee, so I'm good. This one looks similar to the other one, doesn't it? Don't those 2 look the same? Ooh, they're slightly different. This is more purplish, and this is reddish. Wow. Interesting, like a cooler, wow, that's different. And then the back side is blues, when the back side of this one was the reds. I haven't even looked at these. This is how busy it's been. I'm so excited to look at them. And then we have this paper here. Really pretty blues and purples, a little bit of white, black in the very deep background. And on the back side we have monochromatic. So are all the back sides monochromatic? I think they are. They are so far. And then we have this purple fun design, which you could argue is also monochromatic. We have the whites and the purples in there. And then we have just like a very subtle shaded spruce background there. Just a slight hint of floral design throughout all of the sheets. And there we have wild wheat with the plaid. So let's take a look at these from the front and then the back. So there you go. Pretty, very pretty sweet, which you could use all year round. Not everything in the September through December mini catalog is just for Christmas or fall or whatever, right? There's a few all occasion type stuff in there. You'll notice that there's not Halloween in there, and that is because September is so close to when Halloween occurs. So they released Halloween items in the online exclusives. They've told us that they're also going to have some Halloween related products coming out in September with the debut of some scrapbooking products. And then we also have that wonderful kit that just got released at the beginning of this month, which is that haunted home is what it's called. So hopefully that's stuff that you can create with. We've got another set of designer paper, but this is specialty paper. It is, I believe, one-sided. Yes, one-sided, and it's foiled, and you get 2 sheets of each, so you get 6 of them in the green and the red and the white. And this is, I think, Pretty Peacock, or it could be Shaded Spruce. Let me see if they have colors listed on here. Pretty Peacock, Basic Beige, and Cherry Cobbler. This doesn't look that basic beige-ish to me. It looks more like white. All right. Then also in that suite, we have these pretty embellishments. There are 4 different colors on there. Should I try guessing them again? Oh, yeah, well, they're not listed on the back. Yeah, they used to be. I don't know. Somebody write them in the chat. I want to guess, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid to guess. I'm guessing that this is a light version of Night of Navy. This is a light version of Shaded Spruce, a light version of Berry Burst, and then this is like Blackberry Bliss. Tell me if I'm right, you guys. So that is, oh, and they got gold little speckles, kind of like within or on top of. It almost gives the illusion that the gold little speckles are inside. Stunning ribbon. It almost looks like velvet ribbon when you look at it in the catalog, but it does not have that look. It's a matte kind of design, but it's in Blackberry Bliss with gold edging on the side. This is called the Blackberry Bliss and Gold Textured Ribbon. It does have a slight texture to it, not a lot, but you can kind of see the weaving within. So that is the ribbon from that suite. We're moving on. We got another suite. This next one is called, what is it called? Sorry, hang on. It is called the Splendid Autumn Suite. And within that suite, we have the star of the show, the bundle, Autumn Expressions, the stamp set, and the dies. I haven't played around with the dies yet, haven't had a chance to. This is a cling mount stamp set, and the dies coordinate once again with the imagery 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You have beautiful fonts for your sentiments, and then we have these detailed ones. So we have a couple little leaves with texture, and then we have these things, and these 3, this piece, and this piece, can create these little hangable works of art. When you see the catalog, you'll see examples of these dies being used in that way. In fact, you can already kind of picture it when you look at the designer paper. So I'm going to bring in the designer paper, the Splendid Autumn designer paper, and I'm going to take a drink of water here as I hold up the colors. You can read them. Because I haven't had a drink of water since we started the live. Oh my goodness, I could feel it. So the back sides of the papers, similar to that Regal suite that we had. Very subtle, one colorish looking, but on the front side, we have beautiful works of art. And when you take and you look at that frame die, I'm going to show you, for example, how you can use that frame die to show off this art. Look at that. Just within this little space, you have a piece of art. Even if you have it up here, it's a piece of art, right? Every one of these could be frameable in some way. Just gorgeous papers. I mean, there's some beautiful flowers in a frame. And this folds, so after you cut it, this is little score marks, you fold it on top of itself and you have like ornaments or pieces that you can pull off, become tags, things like that. So just gorgeous, gorgeous designs, right? Oh, the artists must have fun at Stampin' Up. Really pretty. Okay. We have 3 things in addition to the 3 I shared with you, the dies, stamps, and paper. We have the embellishments. We have these, which are the faux glass dots. So they almost look like glass that has been tumbled at a beach. They have a very soft shine to them, not real shiny, but yeah, kind of like tumbled glass. And I'm going to guess on colors, but I'm going to be totally wrong on this. Let's just say, because you could maybe make sure that they go with anything. I mean, I could see this with Daffodil Delight or with, oh gosh, Crushed Curry. This one totally looks like Old Olive to me. This one looks like Pumpkin Pie. It could be Peach Pie too, though. And then this one has a reddish look or an orangish look to it. So is it like Copper Clay or is it more of a... Yeah, I don't know that one. That's the one I don't know. So let me know what you think, you guys. And then we have the ribbon in Wild Wheat, which looks stunning with all of this stuff because Wild Wheat, when placed with the right colors and right designs, looks like gold. This has a very gold, regal appeal to it in this suite. And then we have these guys here. These are little tiny leaves. And they come in different sizes. And they have kind of an iridescent sheen to them. So they can take on different colors depending on how you rotate and turn them. See that? You can see a greenish hue. You can see a pinkish, purplish. The colors kind of change as you twist and turn them. But those will be fun. Now, I'm going to recommend that you don't open up this embellishment on the side, like I always share with you guys. Don't open them this way because they're going to fall out. Just keep it sealed. Rachel made a mistake. She's had to pick them up a couple times. Cajun Craze. Copper Clay, Mossy Meadow. And so, okay, instead of Old Olive. Thank you, Lisa, and Wild Wheat. I guessed wrong on all of them. But that just proves that you can use these embellishments with other colors because you could see them enhancing other colors in different ways, right? This suite is the last full suite that I got, Reindeer Days it's called, and it includes Reindeer Fun stamp set and the Reindeer Fun dies, which there are a ton of them. Look at all those dies, you guys. I'm going to zoom out even more so you can see a little bit more of that. Oh yeah, now you can see them. So this one I actually played around with a lot more. And I have some pieces to show you. So I'm going to slide those out. So yeah, you have the dies that will die cut different images from the set. You have some detailed dies like the wreath and the ribbon and the jingle bells and the swing of little lights there. Excuse me. Holly and berries. A little frame here, which I'm going to show you in a second. These are unique. They create presents. And then you've got your little deer head there. This is a photopolymer stamp set. Here is the frame piece. So the frame piece, actually, when you die cut it, looks like that. Okay. So you cut it out and it stays within the paper. Then you take the inside of it out. My nails aren't working for me today. Take the inside of it out. And then because I already cut on that same paper, not knowing that it would cut out the whole, that it didn't cut out the whole thing, I just trimmed around it. But you'll just want to keep that in mind that this is what you're going to get. It's going to cut from your paper. So let's show off the other little pieces then, and we'll zoom in so you can see them better. So we have holly, we have berries. Can you see them? Okay. And then we have some presents and the bows that go on the presents. I think they're meant to go like that. All right, but this one could also, now this one wouldn't, you can swap them, but this one wouldn't work too well with this one unless your bow went into the present a little bit. But this one could work on this one if you just trim the edges off, because it's about the same height, right? Just trim off those little edges. You can make these into anything though. They are cute little rectangles. And the last part I'm going to show you on here on a gray surface. So we have the deer, the little head of the deer with cuts for the ears to just show that the ears have kind of an overlapping look to them. Then you'll want to add, oops, this one goes on first. That's the antlers. Then the deer head. I'm going to pick this up because it's going to be easier to align. The antlers, the deer head, and then the top is kind of a little lighter brown, or you could go with the same, you know, if you wanted to, but there we have the crumb cake color, and the little whites of the eyes show through. Isn't that precious? Here's the chest of the deer, the ears, the little snout area. It's a fun little puzzle piece to put together. We have designer paper. Let's not look at the designer paper yet though, because we have more. Candy canes, peppermint treats. Look at that. Fun little peppermint candy looking embellishments in 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large. And you could add them to tags. Like let's say you're a beginning crafter. Just, you know, buy your regular gift tags like you normally do when you are wrapping presents, but add some cute little embellishments to it. You know what I mean? You don't have to like dive completely into paper crafting. These are the real red and white adhesive back peppermints. And we know what colors they are, real red and white. And then we have the real red and white baker's twine, because you got to have twine. And we have the embossing folder, which is called Forever Plaid, and it gives you that look there. And we have boxes, little gift boxes. There are 2 parts. You have a top and a bottom. This is the top part that wraps around, and this is the bottom or the base of the box. What you do is you fold in all the sides like this, and you can tell it's the inside because there's adhesive strips right here. After you do that, you take and bring these in like that, take off the backing on the adhesive, wrap and connect. Wrap and connect, and then you have the base of the box. This here becomes the cover of the box. So it does, you know, it wraps around the bottom too. This you'd stick, actually this is the bottom. You'd stick the box into here after you've put it together. You're going to stick it, oops, get that in there. You're going to stick it into the base like that. And then you're going to wrap this over the top, peel off the backing, and stick on top. And that's, it looks like a little book. So, and I was telling people when I showed this to our demonstrator group that it would be wise to replace this with, say, like a Velcro strip, because then whoever is the recipient of your gift can just peel this off and on and keep the box closed when they want to. So those boxes are called the book treat boxes. Fitting name. Here's the designer paper that comes in the Reindeer Days suite. The colors are Early Espresso, Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Pecan Pie, Pool Party, and Real Red. It's so nice to see that we still have comments. This is the longest I've gone in a live on my own. I've done it with team members before, where we take in turns, but holy cow, you get thirsty. Didn't even think about that. All right, here's the paper. I'm going to zoom out even more because I want you to see the whole thing. And I have a hair on me that is tickling me. All right, so we have the cute little reindeer, heads, trees, holly, candy canes, snow, cardinals. There's all kinds of fun hidden images in that. On the back side, we have the holly and the berries. Then we have the deer in the forest with tree clusters here and there, and the snow with little blue accenting on it. Even further zoomed out forest where they've really thinned out those trees. That might be a Christmas tree farm, right? And then we have the deer who are flying through the air, or maybe they're just galloping on the ground where there's no snow because it's green on the background. But there we have little reindeer with their gear on. And there's little jingle bell. Oh, those aren't jingle bells. Those are lights, strings of lights. We have more frolicking reindeer. Those are so adorable. So adorable. And presents on the other side. Fun to fussy cut those. Those would be easy. And here we have some deer that you could, actually on this sheet too. On this sheet, the dies, here they are. This die will coordinate with those images. And you have a few of them here and there. Oops, that one right there. That you can cut out with that one. And on this sheet, you have the adult and baby, the parent and baby, that you can die cut with that one. And on the back side is a plaid design. And here we have, I just love that one. Isn't that cute? Little snowman, only it looks like a reindeer snowman. Little bunnies on sleds, bunnies in front of presents, presents on top of reindeer, candy canes in their mouths, birds on their antlers. Lots of fun stuff going on in those scenes. They would make great cards for kids, wouldn't they? And then we have the jingle bells on this one. We have more. We're not done yet. We're not done. Okay, remember I was telling you about that kit? This is the new Halloween kit. It is called Haunted Home. And it makes this really fun 3D display house. So basically, if you want to create something for home decor, there you go. You've got it. I'd love to see what other creations come out of this, though. Can't wait to see, because I love doing alternates, even with a kit that is this stinking cute. Do you see the insides of the windows? They have yellow vellum on them. So that means you could put like a little battery-operated light or an electric bulb kind of inside or whatever. You know, put something in there that will illuminate the inside of the house so it glows. I'm not going to go through the whole kit, but it's really fun. It's got all the parts and pieces, the instructions and everything. I'm going to end with ephemera, because ephemera kind of brings us back to card candy. Ephemera is like card candy, isn't it? In that you have the parts and pieces and then you just put it on a card base. We have beautiful card bases that are also in the mini catalog. And they are these gorgeous gold dipped cards and envelopes. They are the Memories and More card base size. So when you fold them, you have 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Okay, they're a little bit longer than our typical 5 1/2-ish or whatever. So 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. I'm sorry, 4 by 6 is the card, and then the envelopes is what is 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Okay, because you want to be able to fit your card into the envelope. So we have the reds, the greens, and the blues. You get 3 of each. Really pretty. And then here are the envelopes, which you'll want to substitute for the regular Memories and More basic white cards and envelopes, because you'll want to use this as designer paper. It's just too stunning. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then we have the ephemera packs, which could be added to the card bases, or you could take and make just, you know, you know, like their own little tags. So you could take and punch out this piece here, and it could just be a tag on a gift. It doesn't have to be the tag on the card. So here's a tag set of ephemera with, you get 2 sheets of each. So you have these fun little colorful designs, and then you have gold designs like that. And then we have the sentiments. I'm sorry, this pack is called Tags for the Season Ephemera Pack. And this one is called Joyful Sayings and Joyful Images. So you have your sentiments. Again, there's 8 sheets, 2 of each. So you have these sentiments and you have these sentiments. Lots to play with. Just think of all the card candy. And then the last one is this one here. By the way, as I'm summing up and wrapping up our little video here, I just want to remind you that this is the month where you want to redeem those bonus day coupons. If you earned any in the month of July, you can redeem them on orders placed in August. You have till the end of August to redeem them. Also, we have a designer paper sale going on. Not with the products that are like online exclusive type stuff or whatever, and not on any pre-order products if you're a demonstrator. It's select designer paper from the annual catalog. So you'll want to check that out. You can go to my website at stampyourartout@comcast. I'm sorry, that's my email. You can go to my website at stampyourartout.com, click on any blog post and scroll to the bottom to see the news of anything that's going on with Stampin' Up. So anytime I post something on my blog, I update the news in that promotions area at the bottom of each post, and you can get information there. Also, this blog post will go live in 15 minutes, and it will include the names of the winners. So if you forgot if you were a winner or not, it will have your name listed in there if you were. I can't remember the names at this point because we've gone on for a long time. But I want to let you all go because it's getting late here. Hang on. Oh, see, it was so late it went dark. Thank you, everybody. This was fun. I hope that you enjoyed all the things that I shared with you. It was just massive loads of stuff because my internet wasn't working up at the cabin. So, oh, thank you. Yes, it was my birthday yesterday too. Thank you so much, Debbie. You're sweet. I talked about the paper sale. I talked about bonus days. I think that's it. So next week, Wednesday, on August 21st, I'll be live again at 11 a.m. Central Time. Promise you, for those of you who are new, that we won't have this jam-packed of a video. It's just that it's been a whole 2 weeks. I had a lot of things to share. So next week, I don't even know the project, but it might be Paper Pumpkin related. I don't know. We'll see. So you guys take care, everybody. And in the meantime, I guess I would like to thank Trisha Josephs, Lisa Marshall, all of you for coming. Thanks for the thumbs up, for the likes and the shares, and take care. All right, bye everyone. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.